Hey everybody, this is Joe from HomeStudioCorner.com, and I got an email question from Mike, who was wanting to know what's the deal with this whiteboard behind me and what I use it for in the studio. So I figured it's easier to show on a video. I talked about it in this week's podcast, but it's easier to see it in person too. So let's take a look. So here is the infamous whiteboard that sits on top of Consuela. And as you can see, it's just a basic grid. So this is a grid for this album project that I'm working on. So we've got the name of the album here. We've got the list of songs, which is actually a bunch of hymns. This is a hymns album. And then I've just got columns for various stages of the process. So the first column is the key. So we see what key everything's in, which gives me a good overview to kind of think through the songs when I'm recording. And then it just goes through basic instruments of the song. So drums, acoustic guitar, bass, electric guitar, piano, lead vocals, background vocals, choir, and then mix and final mix. So I usually do most of the mixing, and then I take a break and listen and come back and do final tweaks that go in that final mix column. And then over here is blank space. I'll be done by the time I get to the blank space. So the idea here is to have, at a glance, a big overview of how far along this project is. So as you can see, I'm pretty much to the mix point. Once I complete something, I fill it in with an X. As you can see here, this song I decided to cut from the record entirely after tracking drums. Just wasn't that much fun. And I might cut another one too. But for things that I know I don't want, things like piano, for example, I'll just put a line through those. And then the rest, anything that's empty, has to be filled in with an X before it's done. As you can see up here, I'm probably going to do a background harmony vocal here for this song. That's really the only other recording that I have to do. Everything else is just mixing. So the idea here is I keep track of what I'm doing, and elsewhere I've got a notebook where I kind of keep more in-depth notes about the project and how things are going. But this is just a good, quick glance. When I sit down in my studio on a given day to work on to record electric guitars, I can look really quickly and see, okay, I've got 5 songs to record. 2 of them are in the key of D, 3 of them are in E, and I'll think, okay, I want to play in D for a while, so I'll grab that song and I'll start working on it. When I get done, I mark it off. And so it's just a good way to keep yourself motivated. I'm not the best at setting deadlines for myself at times, so this has been up here for quite a while, but it is still good to see it there. It kind of nags at you as it sits there. And you can do this on paper, you can do this with anything, but I'm fond of playing with markers, so I like my whiteboard. But that's it. Mike, I hope that answers your question, and I hope it was just as exciting for you as it was for me. Thanks again. I'm Joe from HomeStudioCorner.com. If you are into recording music in your home studio and you want me to send you a daily tip, you can sign up for those over at my website, HomeStudioCorner.com. Otherwise, get yourself a whiteboard. If you feel so inclined, go make some music. See ya.